Hey everyone, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. Hopefully you have had a chance to see the new images we have for the Winter Village set. This year, 10293 Santa's Visit. So, previous couple years have been more of a whimsical take on the theme. They did a gingerbread house and an elf cottage, and they were well done sets. They had nice architectural detail, but in terms of a winter village, I think a lot of people like to get back to the real side, the realistic side. More of just a family house for this year, and lots of great detail packed in. Wanted to cover a few of the highlights that have stood out to me, and just get these pictures out on YouTube for you guys to see. So this is just a plain image of the house from the front. I think it's the one they use in the main box art, and we can see quite a few things from this angle. I'll start out with some of the colors and stuff that I've seen. Actually, these two lights here are the opalescent white, kind of transparent glitter. Not quite a glitter, but this is a new effect, pretty recent effect. It's been done in light blue transparent and the transparent like brownish color, and now this clear also has this pearlescent effect on it. So I think that's a really nice choice for these little yard lights. Something that you do see in real life on those lights there. The shaping for the roof, I really like how they have brought this down and kind of closed all the gaps up, even using plates. And the roof plates is something we've seen more in this theme than other places. And I think there is going to be a trend towards doing different roof techniques with plates. So there are dedicated slope bricks, but the nature of those bricks kind of limits what kind of angles you can build into your roof. So this angle here would not be possible with the current selection of slope pieces, but it is possible with plates. And when you're using plates, you get to add in a little more detail, like this trim, dark blue trim along the perimeter underneath, and that kind of thing. All can be done using stacked plates instead of roof slopes. So nice to see that detail coming in there. I do think this should have either extended down one more row of studs, or the light blue here would have been used to cover up that a little bit better. I think that would have, bringing this down one more row of studs would have been good to help cover that and also bring it past this front, but just a minor gripe about that shaping there. A couple other things on the house are the windows. These are actually the 1x3x4 windows, so taking advantage of this pretty recent mold. We got a bunch of purple ones in the night bus, and then there's been a scattering of them throughout the Harry Potter line and Creator, but haven't seen them too many other places, and now we're getting a few of these in dark brown. And it's kind of hard to tell. I think this is just plain transparent glass, but it might be somewhat tinted glass. I think it's just plain transparent, but this glass insert pairing with this 1x3x4 frame, it's going to be nice to have that. Some of the dark blue trim around these windows as well, and using jumper plates to give this 1x3 effect going here. Kind of hard to do that with anything else, so the jumpers coming into play. Right behind the lady's head, there's actually some holly on the door. From the inside shot, we can see how that's done, so hold that thought for a minute. A couple other things outside here would be the picket fence. We've got the brown coloring for this picket fence, and then there's another layer of plates on top to kind of close that off. So that's a color you don't see too often for that piece. Another one of these opalescent white pieces in the lantern, and then a little scraggly tree with our white leaf pieces is another effect with the snow going on here. Everything has this snow covered effect, and that's done really well on the windowsills, on the corners of the roof. Tree and the fence all look like it has this fresh layer of glistening winter snow. Uneventful snowman, and then you get to the tree piled with toys and presents. And other than a few details up on top, that's about it for the exterior shot on this side. We'll go to one of the interior shots, and the first thing I'll do is look at that holly I mentioned. We're using a 1x2 rounded plate with those holes, and we can actually pinch this construction around the door frame. So it's not a super tight connection that I know of, but used to good effect here to just kind of hold those leaves in place. The only other attachment point on the door is the knob itself, so that kind of a cheat. Well, not really a cheat, but a hack, maybe something along those lines, to get something else attached to the door. It's very nicely done. We can see some of the internal structure that's helping hold this roof up, and really looking at where these angles all come into play, and some of the shaping that's helping hold everything together in here. So that looks really nice. I did notice that the little girl doesn't have a direct access to get up or down from that little platform, but I think we can excuse the lapse of realism for all of this wonderful interior detail. Something people are going to talk about, I'm sure, is the openness of the model. Because it has this 45-degree angle wing here and here, the back is actually open wider than 180 degrees. So our modulars are all completely solid construction. A few sets have been this open back construction so you can have easy access, but this one I think sets a new precedent for actually how much of the set is open. It's almost more of a dollhouse feel than enclosed structure feel. So people will probably start looking at what it's going to take to make this enclosed, and having it this open in the back I think actually allows for greater possibilities, like what else could be built onto the house. You could actually extend this wing here out quite a ways and add in entire other rooms, but it is going to actually take quite a few pieces to do that, because most of the construction is for the front half of the house. So you're looking at, even if you get 2 copies of the set, not quite having enough pieces to completely enclose it, unless you are really a brick magician and figure something out. So that'll be interesting to see what people do to kind of solve that open back if they want to have this completely enclosed. But it does leave a lot of opportunities for additional configuration if you want to go that route. Up above the mantelpiece here, up on the chimney, we're using one of our new 3x3 round tiles with a family portrait sticker. So I think that's a cool detail, and that new tile size used to good effect. New clock sticker there, and then our fire is created with the small candle flame element. So that's a pretty recent piece, and maybe just allows a little bit more detail in such a small area, kind of packed in tight there like the rest of the house. And the table spread with our red trim, the Nexonite shield, and some of these boat skids really helping with the lavish decoration. Little tiny kitchen build over here with some sand green accent colored. The main color of the house is bright light blue. So this was in one of the Harry Potter carriages and hasn't been used as a main color very much across the board that I'm aware of. So getting this in the Winter Village set will be nice. Add a little bit of color variation to some of the tan and the medium nugget color that have kind of dominated over the past few years, and toning that back with this bright light blue. Little present up in the attic. There are a couple pictures that suggest the chimney might actually be large enough to slide Santa down, and it indeed looks like the fire can fold down, and there's a little bit of a ramp here, so you're going to be sliding your Santa minifig down through the flames for a grand entrance. That'll be an interesting play feature to observe. But the chimney built a little bit extra larger than usual to accommodate minifig shoot, it seems. Our box packaging is the 18 plus style. I did a video when these were confirmed. Personally, I think you can do more with box art than you can with this stylized, just kind of blacking out everything except for the set itself. This one does deviate a little bit. We've got the snow going on in the background, so they haven't really done anything like that on the previous 18 plus box art packages, but the main theme still prevalent here. It also looks like the Winter Village collection has gotten the official recognition. On the police station this year, we saw a similar stylized modular collection. So different branches of our adult-oriented sets are really zeroing in on the sub-themes that have kind of emerged within these expert-level builds, if you will. So lots of great details in the set, and I think this will be an October release. It's almost 1,500 pieces, and our price looks like it is going to be $100. So pretty good value here. We got the 4 minifigs, the family and Santa minifig, and all of the fully furnished interior of the house. I haven't talked too much about the Christmas tree build. It's just kind of a submodel here, but it does have a light brick inside, so that's all these transparent yellow pieces. When you press down the top of the tree, will actually shine through with the light brick on there. So wanted to hit a few of the highlights that I have spotted in our release images so far. I'm sure there's plenty more to see and explore here before the model even releases, and then when it does, we will have people putting out videos to explore everything in depth. So we'll have to wait a little longer for that, but the Winter Village has been continued with the Santa's Visit 10293 set. Drop it down in the comments. What do you think? Are you going to pick this up? Have you guys been collecting Winter Village? Personally, I have not. I almost got the train back in, what was that, 2010. That would have been probably the catalyst. If I had got that train, I maybe would have bought more Winter Village, but I just never have. I really like the shaping of the house, and I might try to copy this myself, but I don't necessarily want to say that I'm going to get the set for sure. It does have that good value, so I might have to do that and then kind of fill in this back portion here with kind of a custom edition modification, but I don't know if getting the set is justified yet. We'll have to look at where I'm at later in the year. Still have been buying some eBay and the pick and build wall purchases, so a lot of the Lego budget is going that direction instead of to our regular set releases this year. But that's what I've been up to. So yeah, want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Drop it down. I'll get back to those when I can. But until then, we'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.